Now I'm explaining to you that my legitimacy to bring an unbelievable curse on you. Yeah. Not only me, many as well. Someone is trying to explain the truth. Okay, and you're just refusing to accept the truth. Easy and simple. Not only me, others also explain. No one wants to listen. Now, the cases in the Holy Land is occupiers who were offered 50%. They shouldn't be offered 50%. They shouldn't be offered two-state solution. They shouldn't occupy the Holy Land from the first place. I mean, even when it's come now, this is another topic. The Holy Land is not only Palestine. The Holy Land is the border of what should be the promised Holy Land. But anyway, when they are eating the soil, they are stealing the land of the people. So this is a situation that needs to be studied from different corners, different angles. I need to close. You understand the point? Now I am doing a lot of dialogues, believe it or not, in the YouTube. And there is some of those who are calling themselves Jews in the Holy Land who are saying, you know what, you're saying the truth. The majority of us know it as a fact that we are not Israelis. They say it, but we're just calling ourselves Jews and Israelites. Some of us minority who insist, like for example those Africans. Some of the Africans insist saying that Jesus was black, Moses was black, the Israelites before 2000 used to be black. Now this is not true. Now, why we are even discussing this things that seems like it's racial? Because there is children killed. It's a factor that is creating chaos in Middle East. Do you understand me? We need to talk about this because there is people who are lying and saying that. Trust me, if I have talked in Arabic about the so-called Shia, and I have talked about the so-called Hindu. I have mentioned these, but now I'm talking about the Holy Land. So he said to me, this gentleman, really, I'm not lying. Regardless, I'm not going to mention his name, his account name. But he said, if we are, not only him, many, to be honest, if we are going to ask those who call themselves Jews to return back from where originally they came from, at the time of the Nakba, and even before the Nakba, or at the time of the British colonizing the area or Syria or whatever. I mean, before 1 month, this Hacham called Ibrahim Hamza have a good relationship with Hafez al-Assad, the previous president of Syria. This explains how Bill Clinton was a nice friend to Hafez al-Assad, while Saddam Hussein was persecuted because he represented the area. And the area. He is saying 1 out of 2 of Palestinians originally not from the Holy Land. Do you understand me? Some of them come from Egypt, some of them came from Syria, some of them came from Iraq, some of them came from the Arabian Peninsula. So 1 out of 2 of the Palestinians are not originally native Palestinians. He's saying this, he's saying 1 out of 2, he means half. And if we are going to ask anyone to return back, he's saying if the Jews need to return back, then half of the Palestinians as well need to return back. Now, who gave him the right to put himself as a ship captain or a judge? This is one. Who gave him the right? This is basically first. Secondly, do I have the right here to come and stay here in England? Imagine me, I'm giving you an example. I'm here in England. Do I have the right to say, listen, all those France people who are originally from France must return back to where they originally came from? Do I have the right to say this? Because there is people who are originally from France here. Do I have the right to say those who came from what do you call them? The Vikings and my goodness, my memory. Those who are from Ireland originally and sitting in England. England as an example, I can go to France, I can go to Italy, I can go to Greece, I can go to North Korea, and I can talk about Japan as well. Japan, they have some ethnic group. I can go and talk about Indonesia. You mentioned, I can talk about Nigeria. You name it. Do I have the right to say these people need to return back as well? If I hear Britain, imagine if I go to this house. There is wonderful houses here. Imagine if I go and they say, hey sir, where are you from originally? Say, I'm British. Why? No, but originally, some of them would say I'm Irish. Oh, my ancestor came from France. Oh, we are the Vikings. We are the, what do you call them? Oh, my memory. Saxon. You understand what I mean? My English is not that perfect, but I can. Do I have the right to say, hey? Imagine. Do I have the right to say all those immigrants must return back to where they become immigrant? Because immigrants are causing a problem like Tariq. Now, the example is absolutely different. We can bring a different example, like for example saying that China brought some immigrant here in England and made them establish a so-called Tariq state. And this people, immigrant who call themselves Tariq, like the so-called Israelis, I can bring more reasonable example. Protestant church. I have made a lot of examples before in scenario. No, but this is important. Do these people who are occupiers and settlers, who came by force, by external force, came and settled, for example, in England, do these people have the right to say, we are here, the occupiers, and if you want to kick us back while they are killing the children, killing the adults, doing all sorts of crimes, do I have the to say, khalas, okay, if you want to kick us back, kick Pakistanis from where they originally came, and you want to kick Iraqis from what originally they came, for example, and those who are from example from Egypt who came by force, you want to kick them. In case if you do want to do this, we want to kick all of those who are thousands of years settling in England. Literally thousands of years. Or maybe for example the time when the Roman were kicked out, the occupying Romans were kicked out from our holy land by the Muslims, by the instruction of God. The real Israelis fought with the Ismailis under the leadership of Umar ibn al-Khattab, and they liberated their holy land based on the instruction of God. It's 1,400 years, and they are originally, even before the 1,400 years, before the occupation of the Romans, the attack of the Romans and others as well, who manipulated the region, especially those who came from outside. Do you understand me? Do I have the right to say every Saxon, oh my, every Viking, every whatever, or all those original people who came, for example, from Eastern Europe, not recently before they established something before the Brexit, making the European Union. No. I'm talking about people who came from 1,000 years. Do I have the right to say this? No, I don't. They would say, hey, Tariq, or whatever your name is, just all of you, fuck off, march from our country. You are not coming here and taking residence legally. You are not here, like me right now, begging them to have residence. No, you came and China helped you. In our Holy Land is the so-called Israeli people who are Gohims, got nothing to do with the Israelites, coming from Europe, and the European broke the Africans, and the Europeans start bringing other Gohims. Okay? And causing this nonsense, because if there was no so-called Zionism, there will be no Nazism. It's like a building. It's like a tower of darkness anyway. It is absolutely different. You would come to me and say, Tariq, you go back to your Ismailian continent, for God's sake, and leave those people who are part of the region of Europe. Do you understand? Why I'm uploading this video? Because this is maybe the third time by someone who is adding a comment and saying to me, then half of the Palestinians, but it's not true as well. The majority of Palestinians are natives. Yeah. Look at the Holy Land. What? Don't mention people who come from Egypt. It is miles away. It's miles. The Arabian Peninsula is at the border of our Holy Land. You are coming from MISSIAH, Gohem, Gypsies, or you're Indian, you're coming from Ethiopia, you're Gohem, nothing to do. From Pakistan as well, and China, really recently. You're coming from around surrounding Moscow. Look at the distance. Even Turkey and other places. There is no comparison. You don't come if in case, okay fine, in case if you want to kick us as Jews from where originally we were made, then half of the Palestine. It was an illegal occupation since the beginning. Netanyahu, the Prime Minister ISHKNAZI Gohem, he said, we are here changing the history. Exactly. You are in the path of the Antichrist, the path of the devil. That's you, and all of those who are supporting you. You just don't come and cause all of this problem, all of this chaos in Middle East. It's a fact. It's like a virus, the so-called Israeli state. You are the one who empowered the so-called Shia. If there was no so-called Zionism, it wouldn't be there Nazism. Yeah, Nazism depend on the so-called Zionist movement and many of its angles. Nazism, the so-called Israeli establishment depend on Nazism. You understand me? Colonizing the area is all involved in protecting this work of the devil's tips, involving the so-called Shiite who got nothing to do with Islam. People start calling themselves Sunnis. The normal Muslims start calling themselves Sunnis just to distinguish themselves. At the time of Mohamed PBUH, when he died, there was only the Islamic nation, the Ibrahimic Hanafi renew. It's since before Noah, but it is the similarity of it. It's going to Ibrahim, which is the same with Noah, though it is in a different way. You understand me? No longer Yahudian Islam. It is the Messiahian Hanafi, definitely. The Messiahian Hanafi have nothing to do. This is how it is. This is the fact. Muhammad. So he said the Islamic nation. Forget about the word Hanafi or Yahudian. Forget about it. Now, let's talk about the Islamic nation, and then the Muslims start distinguishing themselves by calling themselves Ahlul Sunnati wal Jama'ah. The Muslim Sunni practices of Muhammad PBUH, the final messenger, which is inspired by God Almighty, and Jama'ah and the Shura, the recognition of all parts. It's almost like democracy. Yes, this is the word. People right now are distinguishing themselves. They want to Wahhabi, Sunni, just why? And recently, within just the last 2 decades, oh my God, what happened? If there was no so-called Israeli state, we wouldn't deal with this. You got nothing to do with the region. Leave the authentic group of the region. Stop lying. We're not dealing with children here. And the problem with these who are answering me, they are not dealing with, I'm talking of people who are at their 40s and 30s. That's it. There is a path to heaven and path to hellfire. You do not depend on what Satan have created and come to me and trying to bring some. No, it is either light or dark, and you are on the dark side. That's it. And concerning my personal case, really, imagine if there is no so-called Israeli state, and there was Sykes-Picot. Yeah. You see how nice and humble I am. Let's imagine there is Sykes-Picot, but there is no so-called Israeli state. I mean, talk the colonizing people by the regimes. There will be definitely good puppets working for English, British, whatever. But there is no so-called Israelis. People like Mahmoud Abbas at that time. Happy Palestinian. Do you think that the Ishmaelian would be in a situation where I would have a model sister? No. Do you think that the Ishmaelian are going to deal with the so-called Shiite who are criticizing and making... I don't want to use words that would make the video deleted. No. Do you think my brother would have no dick? Penis? Do you think? No, you have a problem with recognizing this. Do you think the last 5 years change, which is not suitable, not matching to our identity, and I've explained since even before I'm here. Do you think it would happen? No. Just explain to you that you are filled of rubbish. Filled of lies. I'm trying to, what is the word? What is the word? Oh, tonight, indoor. What is the word? Cut the path. It's like parks here, you cut it, you save 2 miles. Rather than walking 5 miles, you're walking only 2 miles or 2.5 within the parks. Do you understand me? This is the new street. It's not the street I used to be when I closed. Just don't delete the video. My explanation is enough. I don't need to add anything more. I need to close because the battery is off. So just don't come to me in a very naive, bizarre way saying, if you want us to return back to England, France, Ashkenazis, Euro-Indian, whatever, Mercedes in a flash, African, then please, those Ismailian among the Palestinians, send them back to Mecca and Medina. And those who are Kurdis, there is a lot of talk that Salah ad-Din is, what do you mean by Kurdi? He's an Israelite. Don't stop at that time. Return back until the time of Muhammad. That he returned back to Kurdistan, for example. And there is the Harat al-Maghariba, the Moroccan neighbor. If Morocco, send them back Morocco. No, the Moroccan are Israelis. Yeah, they're Israelis. This is Dar al-Islam. You came and you fucked what used to be a multi-wonderful culture, reasonable laws at that. Study that time. Study that time. Don't talk about what the Uthmanic did. This is what you brought to us, the Uthmanic with their Khazouk and other things. This is what you did brought to us. Don't talk, like for example, talking about my sister, beyond model. Let's read the Torah a little bit. For example, so now you're going to say that the Muslims are behind this, the Muslim did this to Tariq. Or beheading the children in Syria, or the nationalist movement in Turkey. No, they have nothing. It have nothing to do. It's you. You are in the dark side, making all of. Don't lie. Every YouTube channel almost, I see a lot of comments attacking Muhammad and attacking Islam and attacking the religion of the Arab. You fuck off. What is this? And now you're saying to me, if you want to understand these people who are killing your children, it's almost like if he's saying that they are immigrant who came to Palestine and asked for a residentship and stayed there under the Palestinian or Islamic law, whatever. And now some Muslim are saying, hey, go back, go. I don't want you to stay here. No, it is not like this. It's England coming, Europe and colonies coming and imposing those who have nothing to do with the region, colonizing us until now with this settlement and killing the natives there. Now you're saying, if you want us to come back, look how many children you killed in Gaza. Look how many boys and girls you are committing. There is people who in the West Bank and other. I don't need to mention anything. After all, you're coming. One out of 2 Palestinians. No, not true. The majority are natives from that certain area. There is maybe 20%, 10%, 15% who are not native Palestinians. 10, 15? Tell me, 10, 15? Those people settled there based on approval, historical approval. They came and they settled. They didn't impose themselves. Either even some of them are Christian or whatever, or Jew, gone Jew, who settled there and stayed there under the Islamic laws, under the Islamic Khilafah Uthmanic or Umayyad or Abbasis, and everything is, or helped to liberate the Holy Land from the Crusade and settled there. Everyone is fine for them, but we are not fine. Mahmoud Abbas is crying, is saying, come on, okay, fine, 2-state, 50-50, fine, you fucking bastard. 2-state, okay, Trump, okay, 2-state, fine. 50-50 Jerusalem, okay, fine. We shouldn't accept, we shouldn't talk about this. People are saying, why? Since Yasser Arafat, people are saying, fine, 2-state. You want to take half of my house, half of our house, fine, it's 2-state, 250. They are no. Now they are, where is Sheikh Jarrah? Where is all of this happening? And it's in the West Bank. Why are you doing this? You're not normal. You have a problem. And finally, don't delete my video, please. Cursed. When do I cross the community guideline when I say curse those who create unjust? Curse those who kill children? Curse those who bring pain and terrible times to innocent people? Curse to those who steal, destruction to them, steal other people. I mean, Jacob, look at Jacob. People, Jacob is nice in comparison to the shit that the Palestinians have dealt with the natives there since long time. But the man is easy and simple. It's almost like Yasser Habib. Hey, if I didn't steal it, someone else will steal it. He knows that it's a steal. I mean, the Muslims should not look with anger with this bastard. Because others will keep their mouth shut. Why you talk to this Palestinian? Close, bring police. I have gun. What you? Yeah. Don't talk to this garbage. Oh yeah, we're here. Eastern Europe, Poland, Holland. You're Russian. You're white. You're European. Yeah, bring Ethiopian to help us against those Palestinians. Jews are only. Do you see? This is our house. Jew, go court. Court, tell you. No, but Jacob is coming, American way, American style. If no one steal it, if I didn't steal it, another motherfucker gonna steal it. What? Huh? What is this? Why you wanna delete my video? It's all concerning a lot of things happening in the whole world. Look at those who call themselves Hindus. Look at how they are working. Look at the comment section. For God's sake, the names. I'm listen. Please don't delete my video. The name is Kutabata. The other name is Bunti Litta. The other name Katala Konda. The other name is Foti Mata. The other name Gote Pasha Gohemada. And you find what is big support love from India to you. Israel is your peaceful. Muslim are Daesh and Kotek Hamas terrorists Islam must be vanished because Hindus are beast in religion. I see it. I'm not saying all. There is wonderful people among the Hindus. Fine. You worship wild beasts. We worship cow. Why they motherfucking Muslims bothering God's sort of fucking? Yeah, they don't want to stay in their own holy land. They want to expose the lies we are implementing against the history. What the fuck? Do you see? It's even concerning those who call themselves Hindus in India. Things to do in Gulf State. Do you understand? So how could you come in? We want to return, the Jews want to return back to where they originally from. Now one out of two Palestinians are, we need to return back as well. Fucked up. Fuck you guys. Don't delete my video, please. Don't delete my video. I mean, I'm talking, blah, 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 blah. I'm not killing people. Look, just this last year, how many Palestinians shot dead? How many Palestinians bombed? His house was bombed. How many Palestinians was kicked out of his house or farm? How many Palestinian children were arrested? The same in Iraq. The so-called Shiite against the Sunnis. Of course, we make it conflict, Sunni Shia, so that we would prosper there, prosperity. And then look what's happening in Syria and Iraq. In Tel Aviv, Tel Aviv is wonderful. A lot of prostitution, sex trafficking. You can fuck the as much pussies as you want, rape them, kick, whatever. Yeah, the shish kebab, hummus. You want hummus? All food of Palestine. What is this? I think I'm nice. I'm wonderful. Allow me to protect my videos, please. Come on. Reminding you that I am begging them here. Please, resident. Please, accommodation like your system as a asylum seeker. Please don't detain me. Please don't deport me. I'm begging them. Yeah, what do you think it's? Do you think it's a lovely someone at his 40? After all, yeah, I'm not lying. You the fucking liar. I am saying the truth. So please don't delete my video. At the minimum, let me feel happy of something. There is some videos, a channel for me. Yay!